Bonjour, c'est Elfie Lebouleux et vous écoutez le Marvel Card Collector Podcast.
Hello everybody, my name is Ian Taylor and welcome to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast, brought to you by the Marvel Cards Fan Collective. Your face. We're going to use this. An awesome community of card collectors and creators. You can find our two groups on Facebook, details of which are at the end of this podcast, so come check us out. With me, as always, is my co-pilot in all things Marvel cards. His annual appraisal just came in, and he's good to go for another 364 days. On the 365th, he falls apart. It's Norrin Rad.
Thank you. So I get my checkups done early, man.
You do,
Yeah.
you do. Yeah,
I do.
Yes, just cough. How are you?
Good. Doing just fine. Couldn't help myself. Doing good. I'm upset. You know, there's things that have been happening with Greg, and I'm upset with him for getting me into collecting the Mandalorian. So that's a little frustrating.
Yeah.
We love Greg, by the way.
We love Greg.
So shout out to Greg.
So for those who don't know who we're talking about, Greg is the host and creator of the Rebel Base Card podcast, which is our sister from another mister.
Yep.
Brother from another mother.
Sister from another mister. Brother from another mother.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. Brother from another mother. I've never heard the sister one. I like it.
Yeah, sister from another mister. It occurred to me that was gender improper, so this is why I added the one that you'd know.
I'm glad.
But Greg was going to be with us today, but he's come down with a nasty case of the COVIDs. So we wish him well. He's doing okay, and by the time he hears this and we release this, he'll be fighting fit, and we'll do him another time. But we'll save this for when we talk to Greg. But I just want to talk about.
We will. I'm just a small update. Small updates.
I just want to talk about your Instagram from yesterday. Well, I opened my Instagram, and there's a picture of you, and you've clearly just pulled something amazing, which I think was a sketch.
Yeah.
And it was a sketch of the Mandalorian. So there's you holding this sketch, and what appears to be a cosplay of a Mandalorian helmet on your head, and you're clearly sat in your car. So what made me laugh was the fact that you've clearly driven to get this box from wherever you've got it from. You've opened it in the car in Mandalorian cosplay.
See, what cracked me up though is like I saw your comment on there. I was like, oh, he doesn't know. So the hobby boxes for Mandalorian actually come in a tin, and the tin is in the shape of the Mandalorian helmet.
Oh wow! So the box is in the tin.
And those are where the packs would be.
That's amazing. So kind of like a Star Wars version of Premiere, I guess. In
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a really nice tin. It's embossed. It's very pretty. And it's really awesome. So I had gotten some blister packs, and we'll talk more about this with Greg. But anyway, I ran over to the hobby shop, Score More Cards in Winston-Salem. Super nice guy. Tells people about the podcast. Just a nice guy.
Oh, great. We got to get him some swag.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull together a little gift bag and go give it to him. I should have given it to him yesterday, but I forgot. So I'll give him some coasters, some pins to hand out, stuff like that. Super sweet. But yeah, so I was holding that up to my face. So when you made that comment, I was like, you know what? He's not that far off.
It didn't look. You did open.
If I had a Mando helmet. So what happened was, so I opened it up. So it was the most bizarre experience. So this doesn't have to do with the Star Wars cards, which we'll save for Greg. Yeah. But the most bizarre experience, I got in there, and there was a guy and the store owner, and they were talking about the election because they just announced. Mm-hmm. So then I got the pack. I was talking to Mike, and we're having a good time. And I was like, all right, let me open it up here. And then I pulled a sketch card, and it was really cool.
Oh,
so then I got to my car, and then I was like, all right, I got to post something. Because I didn't want to post it in the store because more people were coming, and it's like a 4-person, it's COVID.
Yeah.
So then that's when I made the post, and I was just in my car geeking out over my sketch card. But if I had a Mandalorian helmet, I would 100% be wearing it right now.
I'm actually
every day.
The good thing about it's funny enough. I heard this on Greg's podcast. Is he interviewed people who did cosplay, and actually do the whole thing. And it's very interesting that because that technically, I think it does count as COVID secure, certainly in terms of being able to go into a store. So if you'd gone there with a Mandalorian helmet on, you might have chosen to wear like a cloth mask underneath, and I think some of the people who cosplay do. But technically speaking, you probably wouldn't have needed to.
I think we should start wearing Mandalorian armor. I think we should start dressing up more cyberpunk, more weird costumes, more helmets. I think they can make it. I think it's time in our world, fashion-wise, that cool helmets become a thing. I'm just saying, 2021.
This is the way.
This is the way. Brilliant.
We'll save the rest of that conversation for when we eventually. When we eventually, I haven't managed to start watching it yet. I know you're 2 episodes in over there, but I
won't say anything.
I've acquired them, but I haven't been able to watch them yet because the wife and I are still plowing through our 3rd rewatch of The West Wing, which some might describe as fantasy, others might describe as a manifesto. Go with it. But we're in season 4.
Well, I saw the Queen's Gambit recently.
Oh, I've heard good stuff.
So good. So impressive.
Good.
So
right.
Impressive.
Okay. I honestly, it's like it used to be that I could sell Mrs. Taylor quite easily on watching a new show, but now because we're more time poor because kids, she kind of wants to watch the good quality stuff. I remember how I got her into Lord of the Rings, and this was before we'd had our daughter, and I said it's like The Sopranos crossed with Game of Thrones. That's it, Game of Thrones. I remember I described it to her, and I said I hadn't seen it at this point. I said, but I knew I wanted to watch it, and I said, I think it's like The Sopranos crossed with Lord of the Rings, and she was like, yeah, let's do it.
That's going to hit the spot.
She got like 3 episodes in, and she goes, yeah, you said Sopranos crossed with Lord of the Rings, but you didn't mention the dwarf sex. And I was like, well,
it's a bonus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't mention the genocide that would come at the end of season 7 either, but hey, who knows?
Another bonus. Come on, man. All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, before we get into the meat of what we're going to talk about, our intro artist this week, mon petit fil of pastry.
Oh God, here we go.
She's already.
Excuse me while I get the hose.
She's already introed our episode. Episode 60. She introed. She's back this week in her native tongue of French. Elfie Lebouleux.
So nice. So nice of her to do that.
She's lovely. Elfie, a huge fan of your work, as we know. She's been rocking it on YouTube in the last 6 months. She's been putting up some really good content.
Oh, really? I gotta check that out.
Yeah, she's been doing live sketch card draws. And she's just her manner that she addresses the camera is just brilliant. And you can see a lot of the stuff on her feed, a lot of the little like examples of what she's doing.
Oh yeah,
you can really see it there. But anyway, check out her Instagram. It's Elfie ELFIE Leb LEB 2 art. So Elfie Leb 2 art. And there's a little link thing there, which is quite cool. And I need to get one of these for our Instagram because it's called Linktree. So what it enables you to do is just have one link on Instagram, but then people go to a page that's got multiple links. So if you haven't got a website, which we haven't yet, and this is always the juggle I have with Instagram, is if we have a week where we do a YouTube video, I have to swap the link over so it doesn't go to our Facebook page, so that it goes to our Instagram. So it goes to our YouTube, because you can't put links in posts on Instagram. It's one of the weakest things about Instagram, if you ask me, but I kind of get it. But you can also only have one link at the top of your profile that's a live link. And so if you use the Linktree thing, you can have more than one. So I'm going to hook us up with that.
I think that's a good thing to hook up with.
I think so, yeah.
That's great.
Anyway, Elfie, merci, mademoiselle.
Thank you so much.
And we love your work. I'm not going to gush over it anymore on this episode because we'll never get anything else done. frankly. But I'm going to check out Linktree so that I can upgrade our Instagram feed a little bit. You've been having fun on Instagram. You've been having so much fun on Instagram recently, my friend.
Who, me?
Yeah, you've been doing some great creative shizzle.
I am trying to have some fun with it. You know, I made a little goal for myself to be on top of it a little bit more, and you know, just have some fun.
Well, tell people where they can find you, sir.
Yeah,
I know it's in our show notes, but not everyone goes there.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So it's Sketch Card Hive. I've just been trying to stay up to date with it. You know, I don't share so much of my Silver Surfer collection as much anymore, just because
you've kind of done it.
I've kind of shown a lot of it, and I don't want to drag people down with a surfer, even though I can do it all day. But I also, damn it, if I haven't started getting into some other Marvel sets and getting a little bit more into set building and, you know, doing this kind of work now, plus starting the 1996, the Marvel Masterpieces 96 set, which
tell me about this.
So I've gotten into it, which I regret.
There goes all your income for the next year and a bit.
A lot. But yeah, so I'm trying to trade towards as much to them as possible and ask people for help. I did get a promo canvas, which was for a great price, which was pretty crazy and weird. So if you don't know, for the promo canvas of 1996, it looks just like the canvas card. There's no marking, but on the, if you're looking at the card, the left-hand corner, bottom left-hand corner is cut. And that's how you know it's promo. So apparently what happened was that the distributors went ahead and, you know, cut those cards and then gave them out as promos and comic book shops and other stuff like that. So it's a little tricky to buy because you're not sure if someone just snapped it off yourself. But I got this for like $20.
Oh, that's good.
So I was like,
that's good.
Canvas card, $20. It's one promo.
What confused me initially is because they're not canvas, they're the Gold Gallery. That's where the Gold Gallery name came from, but I can see where you're going because they've called them Canvas Gallery in the new sets, and then there's a gold variant of them. So how deep are you? Because I've got my set here as it is. Okay. And I'm probably we are now comparing our Marvel Masterpiece 1996s. For those of you who don't know about Marvel Masterpiece 1996, please go and listen to episode 50, and you're welcome.
Yes. So I have two gallery cards. How are canvas gallery
Gold
canvas?
Gold Gallery.
Gold Gallery. So I have two gold galleries. One is the promo and one is Spider-Man. Brian Rust, who's a gem, helped me out getting the Spider-Man. How many gold galleries are you into?
I've got all 6.
Okay, so go.
Have
yourself.
had for a while.
Let's keep going.
There we go. They are absolutely stunning.
How dare you?
Beautiful cards. I'm not going to go after the corner promos because I'm fine with them.
No. I just wanted to get one.
Yeah,
$20.
For $20, I mean, crikey. But yeah,
right.
I've got those.
And it was the right corner, and I knew the seller, so you know what I mean. And I checked with other people who were way more knowledgeable on the set than I am, and they were like, "That looks really legit."
They are lovely. So. And this is what when they came back on the 15th anniversary of Masterpieces in 2007. The gold that had 3 tiers of base card. It had the base, it had a foil, and it had a gold border. And so the gold border of 2007 was paying direct homage to the original gold.
And I think that's 96. My favorite insert from that Marvel Masterpiece 07, 08.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
The gold.
They're stunning.
I have the 10 for the Surfer. I showed you that.
You did,
right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, but the gold, even on the 96 ones, I mean, if you think about how technology has moved on in terms of the print, they're just stunning. I mean, they're
stunning. And they're thin. They're really thin cards. I had no idea they were that thin because they look like thicker pieces.
But there's texture. There's texture within the gold, and it's
it's beautiful,
and it does look like a really ornate gilded frame.
Yeah, and it frames the card really well. Yeah, and they picked really good cards for that.
So yeah, I love them. Yep. Right, so there we go. So we got the gold galleries.
We got the gold galleries. How many? So how many are you missing? Do you have a number?
Yeah, I need 21 for the full base 1 to 100. I've got the checklist.
You got the checklist?
Yeah, I've got the checklist, which is card 100. And I've just counted up. I'm missing 21. So I've kind of been there for quite a while at that 21. I think I got a couple last year, but I've not been chasing them. I mean, if I wanted to, I could gradually kind of pick those up, and I'm a heck of a lot further through it than a lot of people have. But I've been at this point for over 10 years, so I haven't actually bought any for a while. But what I have recently acquired, because the 96 set is mercifully small.
Yes.
It's 100 cards.
Very mercifully. I love that.
You've got 6 gold gallery. You've got 6 double impact, which we'll talk about in a moment, because ding, ding, ding. And there's 2 oversized promos, one of which is Surface, so I know you've got that at least.
So I got really lucky. The only, I wasn't going to go for the 96 Marvel set, but it really is my favorite masterpiece set other than 18. And I just love all the cards from there. But what I got early on, I have a buddy on Instagram called Turkey Birdie.
Oh, yes.
Who you guys should check out. Everyone should check him out.
We'll pop a link in the tasting notes.
Yeah, he's amazing. And he's doing a full PSA 10 set of Marvel Masterpieces, and he's only missing like 10 or 15. Beast.
Ooh,
and
sure
what I know. Luckily, early on, I was able to get both Surfers, the double impact and the base, as a 10. And that's how we met, because he needed it. And I felt bad, but I helped him get some other stuff, and we've been talking. But and then I was kind of like, I had a trade opportunities to trade some stuff to get some 96. And I was like, you know what? There's only 2 or 3 sets I really want. So here we are now. And this will take a while. You have a pack.
There's a wrapper, empty wrapper. And I also have one of those. So I'm not entirely sure what this is called. I think it's the blister.
So it's the actual pack, because that's what's in the box. Yep. So that's what's in the box. So when you buy
does the box contain? I mean, no. This is one that's supposed to go on a rack. It's got a.
But that's also in the box.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it took a while to figure that out, because I didn't know. Because I thought the box was traditional, where it had packs inside.
Yes, so did I.
But what it actually has is that it has a bunch of those in the box. So like if you look, let me show you, because it's actually really cool. Because I didn't, when I get into a set, I kind of go.
You go all in.
Because I'm very picky when I buy stuff.
This is just lovely. So it's a cardboard backing and it's still got the punch. It's not unpunched.
Unpunched,
which is obviously for those who collect action figures, especially the vintage Star Wars, that is super important. In the same way with Sega games, it's got to have the hang tab, the clamshell case.
Yeah, baby.
Thing. So when I was collecting Sega games, and the ones I've kept all have the hang tab. And then it's kind of like a blister, like you'd have on an action figure, and it's just got the pack inside it.
Give me host privileges.
Oh, are you trying to share?
So I do have. Yes, I am, sir. So I do have a box.
How do I do this?
That features Surfer. So it's a flat out box that I have that.
Yeah,
and I do have a cell sheet, which is also really nice. I don't have though the pack. So I will be getting one of those for fun. Yeah. But there you go. You see?
Oh, I see. Right. You've got to send me that picture as well so I can pop it in the tasting notes. Sure. I didn't realize it did that. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Cool.
So so this from soup to nuts, this set was designed as an absolute premium, of the time.
100%.
Just the back of that.
I know.
Is awesome. It's lovely. It's really nice. So, so I'm glad
I've got those posters too.
That's right.
Using all that artwork. So I will be hanging that out and putting that out there.
Very nice. Very nice. So, double impact. How are you doing on those?
Not. So I have to pick up the other 5. I would like to get another Surfer.
Well, you kind of want one to sit with your 96 set, don't you?
Yeah. So, I mean, if someone has a full set and they want to sell it to me, I'm willing to do like like 650 to 8.
Yeah, those prices of the double impact have skyrocketed. So for those who don't know,
I mean,
the double impact they're an image on each side, which is why they call that one from Boris and one from
and
Julie.
embossed,
and they're embossed as well, and they're just lovely. I've got 2 of them, and again, I've had these for so long that when I got them, they were about a third, if not quarter, of the price they go for now.
Oh, so
I've got 5 of 6, which is Spider-Man and Storm, and 6 of 6, which is Venom and Wolverine, and that's the Wolverine image that everyone goes nuts for.
It's a great image.
So that's the Boris Wolverine and the Julie Venom.
Oh, that Venom.
They are lovely. They're just amazing cards. But yeah, so I'll finish it. I'll finish it at some point. But yeah, like I said, there's not much to it. Plus, of course, those beautiful master prints. One of Captain America.
Those master prints are amazing.
And one of your boy,
my boy,
Surfer.
Yep.
So he's got tight buns.
I don't know. It was weird.
He's got really tight buns in that picture.
Boris knows how to draw tight buns.
He does. He does.
He doesn't mess around on that.
I got quite achy modelling for this back in the day when I was in 1996.
I remember your knees, right?
I had
your knees.
Yeah, I had buns like this in 96, but no longer.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Age, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never had buns like that, so.
I was 23 in 96. For those of you who do sums, you can work out how old I am. For those of you who do sums.
Yeah. In case anyone wants to do the math.
In case anyone wants to do any sums in your head.
Some clown math there.
Yeah. We'll do this, and next week we'll do a geography lesson on the podcast.
So, yeah, I'm doing 96, and then I already completed the sketchboard subset
from Marvel Creators Collection. Yep.
Creators Collection.
Nice.
So, so I'm going to do that. I might do the Silver Age autographs.
I got 2 of those recently. I think.
Might do that whole set.
Did I? Did I now? What did I get? I got a good deal on something on eBay, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to have them. But I honestly can't remember what I purchased. I know they're autograph cards. Beyond that, here we go. No, Marvel Creators Collection autograph cards. I picked up 2 on eBay.
Oh, those are cool too.
And they're pretty cool. One of Peter David.
That's awesome.
And they're on card autos as well. Peter David. I've got a lot of time for Peter David. Peter David wrote my all-time favourite Spider-Man story. Which is the death of Jean DeWolf from Spectacular Spider-Man 107 to 110, which was the first Sin Eater storyline, and it's pretty dark for Spider-Man as well, but I love it. And the other one is Tex. Mark Texera.
That's the best.
It's lovely. But what I like about these is that once they've signed it, they've kind of done an embossed stamp thing over where it's been signed.
Just like the sketchographs back in the day.
Yeah, it's really nice. So yeah, I got 2 of those. I think I picked them up for like $5 each. $5.
They did they used to do those embossed stamps for a lot of the autos. So like Marvel Onslaught, there's a couple of rare autos in there that are also stamped. Jim Lee, Stan Lee.
Leafield, is he in that?
Linfield, and I think that's it. I think there's 2 Stans, Linfield and Jim, and they're stamped as well. Sketchographs are stamped, so it's a pretty nice little way to ensure some authenticity there.
Well, I was gonna segue us into something else when you were talking about set build, but I'm gonna go straight for the main course. I want to talk about, and we haven't talked about this series much on the podcast. Yes. And it occurred to me that we've done a few previews of stuff coming out and a few reviews of stuff coming out, and the one notable omission is what's become now a staple in terms of set release from Upper Deck is Marvel Annual. And the reason I want to talk about Marvel Annual 2019-20, which we didn't do a preview of, so this will kind of be a preview stroke review because it's out now as we talk. It's came out 2-3 days ago. It's Marvel Annual is kind of one of those Marmite sets. People either dig it or they really don't dig it because it is all recycled artwork, which instantly turns off a lot of collectors. It is designed to be a more accessible level price product.
Right.
And it's also strange. It's a strange beast in that the size of the set has grown exponentially by virtue of what Upper Deck have been doing on EPAC. So, and this is the 4th Marvel Annual set. Now, it's not to be confused with Flair Annual, which is what Flair was called in the 90s.
Right, yeah.
So, and a lot of people get confused that, but I'm looking at the spine now, the binder spine from 95 Flair, and it's called 95 Flair Marvel Annual. But everyone thinks of it as Flair. But it also does come up if you type in Marvel Annual into, as well as obviously all the comic annuals that have come out over the years.
That has to drive people crazy.
Yeah, you got to be pretty focused when you're Googling for them, I have to say. Now, you've not really done any Marvel Annual, have you? Because obviously it came out after your boy was cancelled. Have you?
How dare you out me, sir? Okay.
Well, no. It's one of those things.
No, it's true.
You're not a set builder as is, and I couldn't imagine that you'd go for annual anyway because
it's never been on my radar. I maybe did like 1 or 2 of the Pack Wars with you guys.
Oh, so we have talked about Marvel Annual, of course, because we'd have done Pack Wars.
We did briefly.
Yes.
Yeah, but so I did do that with you guys, which was really fun.
That's right.
But I haven't.
We did it live as well because that was more focusing on Pack Wars, and it just happened to be Marvel Annual.
Just happened to be Marvel Annual, yeah. That was fun. It was really fun. But I'm trying to figure out there's not a lot there for me, unfortunately. But my thing about Annual, which I'm really excited about, is that I wish it was more of a retail shop type of way of getting people into the set. Because I feel like you have so much that's updated with current comic books that it's a great way to dive into what's new in comics, new characters, people that are excited about stuff. I'm kind of always surprised that that's not a set that's made readily available at Walmart or Target or anything like that. I just think that's a misstep. I think it's the perfect set for that.
Well, we're going to come on to that actually in a moment because it kind of has been, but
has it? I never see it.
Yeah, but I'll come back to that because I just realised we have talked about Pack Wars, and we did it on episode 19, which is so long ago. We've both been to sleep and we've both had birthdays, so some of us more than one. So if you want to hear us talk about Pack Wars, then go back to that. But just to briefly sum up, Pack Wars is kind of an online way of buying. It was because they opened and closed it until the kind of all the stuff that was extra to Pack Wars, they kind of run out of all that stock. So, but Pack Wars was kind of a game that you could do and either play against the CPU or you could play against other people on EPAC. And you could buy packs of Pack Wars, and you literally open the digital cards, and which you got to keep, like you would do if you bought a pack of Marvel Annual on EPACs, because they're digital and you have to combine them to get the physical card. And then with Pack Wars, if you won the round, then you'd get a physical card as a prize for that pack. So if you buy a pack of Marvel Annual on EPAC anyway, you get X number of digital cards and one physical per pack. If you play Pack Wars, you got the digital cards, and if you won the round, you got the physical card. And in Pack Wars for 2018-19, the printing plates were exclusive to Pack Wars. They also did things called leaderboard challenges, where each week the top 5 or top 10 either got sketch cards or a limited card, and some people, to get those sketch cards, were dropping $600-700 a week to be like the top of the leaderboard for that week. It was absolutely crazy. And then it's great for the rest of us because all those people are discovering all the plates. So all of a sudden, loads of plates go in circulation. So if you're a plate collector, Marvel Annual's a pretty affordable way of getting some plate action. And you also, just for the top 100 every week, and literally you could buy one pack of Pack Wars Marvel Annual and you could play and win maybe 3 games and just have 3 points. You'd still be in that top 100 because not that many people play, and you got a character achievement for that week which was numbered 1 to 100. But you could only get those through EPAC. So Marvel Annual is one of those things. It does go into stores in different ways. It is very much more entry level, but the set size kind of defeats the object of it being entry level, if that makes sense. It's a bit of a beast, especially if you venture into the EPAC side of things, because they start to do parallels on EPAC. So Pack Wars kind of start. So there's been 4, and the 4th one just come out this week. Sets of Marvel Annual. There was 2016. There was 2017. Then I think they took a beat, and then they did 2018-19, and now we've just had 2019-20 release. And literally, it goes over events and or characters and or new characters and or people who've met their demise in the past year of Marvel Comics. So for me, it's a great way of keeping up with some of the new characters without having to actually read X number of restart. Yeah, but it's crazy. The number of times they reboot things, and you remember all that Secret Wars stuff.
It's a lot, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I've kind of jumped off that now. You know, there's very, very little current stuff I'm buying, apart from actually, I'm not buying anything. What am I talking about?
It's expensive, man.
It is,
and it's tough. Yeah,
and it got crazy.
I mean, I have to pick my hobbies as well, man. Like I can't, deep dive on everything.
But it's and the card design isn't for everyone. And they have mixed it up a bit. When you look at the 2016 stuff, if you just Google Marvel Annual 2016, and I don't actually have these in hand or physical yet, but let me just find. Funnily enough, Cardboard Connection comes up straight away, so it's the one we'll be talking about.
Perfect.
So, do you want me to send you this link right now for 2016?
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. So you can see the card design, and we'll put these links on the tasting notes. And it is reused art from the comic. Some of it works better than others in the format of the card. But the way they did it for the first 3 years, not so much this year, is that you had a 100 card base set. And then you had SP, which was cards 100 to 150. And they were genuinely tough to track down. And then when you went to EPACs, there were coloured parallels of those that you could only get on EPACs. And depending on the year, those colours varied. I think 2016 had reds and golds, and it was very much works like Fleer Ultra Spider-Man, in that you have to get so many base to then get a red, and then I think you have to get 10 of those reds to then get a gold. So, wow. I mean, it's like I might have got those the wrong way around, so please don't write in and tell me, but I'm sure you can go and research it for yourself. But, to get some of the coloured parallels as a character collector, it's actually pretty tough to do. Then in 2016, they did something called base variants, which was kind of it was the same image, but it had a different color background, which was usually a comic cover. Then they did comic variants, which again, I think they only did in 2016. And then one of the things they've done every year, apart from the newest set, is top 10. So top 10 fights, top 10 heroes, top 10 issues, top 10 villains, and top 10 story arcs. So as an example, top 10 villains from 2018-19, you had Red Goblin, because of course that whole Amazing Spider-Man. You had Amazing Spider-Man 800 in the top 10 issues, things like that. So you can you can think about all the key issue stuff that's been going on. 2017 focused a lot on Civil War 2. In terms of what they did. 2016, sorry. Because there is an insert set, which is covers. So in 2016, it was CW 1 to 40, and it was Civil War 2 covers. What was it in 2017? Let's have a look. I can't even type Marvel.
Well, it's funny because a lot of people always talk about the argument of not having original art in card sets, and people usually put off by that. But, I'm looking at the checklist now, and we recently had someone make a whole card set with Alex Ross pieces.
Yep.
And I think what people don't realize, and this happened with the Panini set, actually, right, is that when you have these sets that they're using recycled artwork, and not recycled, it's licensed, it's artwork that's already been, it's licensed, it's with Marvel, they have access to it.
Yeah.
And then they, utilize that stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at a Captain America card that's probably one of the best Captain America cards I've ever seen, and it's Alex Ross's art, and it's featured mainly there. Like I, was really excited to get a Gabriel Del Otto Silver Surfer with that Panini set, because how else are you going to get like a Silver Surfer Gabriel Odo card that's licensed? You know what I mean? You're not. So Marvel Annual does give you that kind of access to these kind of modern artists and modern renditions of these characters that you normally wouldn't get in a set.
It does. You're right. You're 100% right. What I do like about Marvel Annual and the structure of it is that Upper Deck have used it to try out some different concepts and different ideas that they've then just rolled into more premium sets if they've worked. One of the ones they haven't done that with is the Happy Birthday inserts, and these are just weird. Happy Birthday, they did it in 2016, they did it big time in 2017, and they've done it big time in 2018-19 as well. In 2018-19, I believe that they were achievements for getting various levels of the set completion in EPAC.
Oh, interesting.
They're just odd. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be the character's birthday or if it's like one of the ones from 2018-19. I believe is the HB1 is like Blade on a birthday cake. It's bizarre, but
weird.
They do these 5-card mini sets in memoriam to people the characters who've bitten the bullet in the previous year, and Rookie Heroes they did in 2017 and 2018-19. Which is new superheroes. But going back to the comic covers set, so in 2017 it went to Secret Empire. So basically you can get 40 different Secret Empire related covers from that crossover, and obviously the main issues, then all the issues that it crossed over into, like Doctor Strange issue 23, Avengers volume 7 issue 9, Champions issue 10, all that. So you had all those. So actually we've talked before about if you wanted to build a set, if you wanted to build your own set that had comic cover art that had been put on trading cards from different sets, Marvel Beginnings is an obvious go-to. And so is Marvel Annual, because you get a lot of the modern issues and a lot of the modern artists.
It's really nice.
But EPAC exclusive for 2017 and 2018-19 on Marvel Annual, you could get a foil variant of those comic cover cards that you got if you combined, I think, 10 of the regular ones. And I think I've got those. The frustrating thing, I don't have any of them in hand. They're in my EPAC's kind of to ship queue. So I've got these sets. I just don't own them physically. Certainly 2016 and 17. And then one of the other things they do in a big way, the Marvel Annual sets, is they do patch cards. So you can get single patch and double patch, and they're manufactured patches, and some of them have got character faces on, some of them have got team logos on, but they're pretty cool things. I like them. Some people don't dig manufactured relic cards, manufactured hits, but I think they've done really well.
I don't like it when that's the box hit. I think that's a little harsh. That doesn't do great with me personally. But I do like patch cards. I liked the Flair comic cover, the corner covers.
Oh, they're nice.
I thought those were nice. And the problem with patch cards for me is that they should not be the hit. I think that's way too harsh. I don't think that's very well done at all. I don't think that's a good idea. Just because they're just not a hit. You know what I mean? No, but you're right.
Well, it's one of the biggest criticisms of the MCU Infinity War and Endgame sets is that you remember the box you broke? That was a manufactured relic. It wasn't an auto, and you'd spent best part of $200 on 9
for that. That was not right,
and that was your major hit. So I agree with you.
100%. That was wrong.
This is a patch card from Marvel Annual 2017. It's the only one I have in hand, and it's good, thick, and you've got a nice. It's a good quality card, and that's just printed like silkscreen printed on material.
I think they're nice,
really nice, and that's the double one. That's Captain America and Madam Hydra.
That looks really cool.
It's a nice, it's a nice card. Whether you dig those manufactured relics or not, you can't fault the quality of them.
No, the quality is nice, 100%. Yeah.
So Marvel Annual, year in, year out, I think that they nailed it with 2018-19 in terms of the base cards. And you had this set sitting with you because it got delivered to you. And then I recently had it. I recently binded it, which is what I've got here. So you've seen the quality of these. The base cards on that have a foil border that is just delightful. I mean, it really is.
I will say the annual cards, fortunately, I have seen them in person. They're nice, man.
I mean, look at that. That's 2018-19. That's a base card. Look at the amount of foiling and gloss on that. It's just lovely.
It looks good. Honestly, I like it. It's clean. I do think the artwork they use is really nicely complemented with the card, with the design of the card.
And, they've got the power ratings on the back and a tiny little
that's
bio.
important. I'm a huge component of power ratings.
And those power ratings were what they were basing the Pack Wars win-loss. So, you could choose.
Oh, that's cool.
So you could say, okay, you want to pick the intelligence. You want to find the highest rated intelligence of the 3 cards that you had. So the interesting thing about Pack Wars is, about EPAC rather, is for 2016, and 2017 and 2018-19 is that the base cards that you can get in the boxes that you get in stores, you couldn't get on EPACs. They were digital versions. So this is the whole thing about some of the set being released physically and then the rest of it being released on EPACs, which I know is not satisfying for a lot of people. And I get it. I completely get it. But what you can get are coloured parallels that you wouldn't get anywhere else. So one of the main ones with certainly 2017 and 2018-19 was if you combine those base, you get what's called a colour wheel parallel. And the only one I have in hand is the Black Cat one, which I'm just trying to find. So I clearly didn't prep any of this, and my Black Cat binder is now so heavy I can barely pick it up. So that is a colour wheel. So it's the main card. And what they've done is they've just, the character's still there, but they've got like a kaleidoscope background. So, it's nice enough, and the borders.
I like them.
Colour,
I love that Black Cat too.
It's fine. I mean, listen, I've got all 4 printing plates for that, so I'm quite happy with it. But the different, I really do need to upgrade my binder for my Black Cats, but we'll not talk about that right now. Let's put that down because it's upsetting me.
Upsetting me. I love it.
But one of the interesting things is you got colour parallels. I think some of these you could get in boxes and some of them you can't. So with 2018-19, this is where I'm getting confused because they changed it slightly with each year. So it's actually not as consistent as you'd think. Purple parallel. Really? So this is Thor. And I've gone for 2018-19. I tried to do mini rainbows of 4 characters where I felt the artwork worked really well on the card. So that's a purple parallel, and it's got a slightly different hue to the foil around the edge.
I like that.
It's just quite nice. So that's purple.
But that Thor looks awesome, though.
It does. They've chosen really good artwork, and I did. I chose 4 cards that would look really good, and I went for it. And the reason I went for it is because if you got in Pack Wars only, you could get a gold parallel, but those gold parallels are only digital. 19. But if you got 5 of them, you could combine for a physical red parallel. So the red parallel Marvel 2018-19 are really tough pulls because you could only get them on EPAC by combining 5 digital golds. And you could only get the digital golds by paying Pack Wars, which is now sold out. So for anyone thinking of picking up this chase now, it's a tough one. So, and
that's something to be said too.
Yeah.
I think a lot of Marvel collectors really have to start keeping up to date with some of these sets because I think it's going to creep up on people when they start becoming chase when people start chasing them, and they're going to realize there's no chance they can get them.
Yeah.
Because they were so exclusive, and it was such a small window of opportunity that completing a set's going to be really near impossible for a lot of people.
So what I've decided to do for the characters that I really dug how the art worked in 2018-19 format, which is Carol Danvers, Thor, Wonder Man, and Scarlet Witch, and just the artwork for those 4 characters, I think personally, there's a cat fight going on outside. I think the artwork worked best. So, for example, the Scarlet Witch. Just amazing. It just works perfectly. And I figured that with the red border that would really pop, and in hand it does. So I'm really happy with it. But the beauty of the set is because the plates were so numerous, I'm able to add in certainly Carol Danvers. I've got a plate. So I've got almost, and it's a small rainbow. It's like 4 or 5 cards and a plate.
Nice.
And then you're there, So I don't have a plate for Thor, Wonder Man, or Scarlet Witch from Marvel Annual 2018-19, but I'd like to have it. And again, I mentioned the character cards that you got if you played in every week of Pack Wars. At the end of that week, anyone in the top 100, which was pretty much everyone, got a numbered card, which was exclusive for e-packs, and numbered 1 to 100. And there were 13 of these for 2018-19. Wow. There were planned to be more, but I think it sold out much, much quicker than I anticipated. So, yeah. So I've got a full set of those. And then, so here's what I wanted to talk about. So, with Marvel Annual, you mentioned a short while ago availability in places like Walmart. So when we did the Walmart mystery box, you remember one of the packs in there was Marvel Annual?
Yes.
Okay. So that's if you buy a box of Marvel Annual, that's the wrapper you get.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right. So that's the regular wrapper. Okay. It's got Captain America and lots of heroes behind him. 5 cards per pack. However, in the Walmart mystery boxes was a release of Marvel Annual 2018, packs of, that was Walmart. 4 cards per pack with Thanos on the front of the pack.
Very cool.
But the Walmart mystery boxes were an overstock kind of, moving overstock. Oh. So this was originally available to purchase in Walmart. So you could have got Marvel Annual 2018-19 in Walmart exclusive packs. Like I said, fewer cards per pack. Now, I don't know if you could buy this straight or if you got it if you bought something else, as in a lot of the Walmart exclusives. But, yeah.
I think I might have one of those packs.
You may well do. Yeah. Because
someone sent me something.
Yeah. But there's a whole realm of hidden Upper Deck product that goes through Walmart that is usually stuff that you get if you buy, for example, if you buy an MCU movie, you might get a pack of cards, or if you buy a certain box set, you might get a pack of cards. So there's all these exclusive sets that go through Walmart. World. Yeah. And they're not on Jeff Allen's House of Checklist. They're touched on a little bit on Blowout. They're not mentioned on the Upper Deck website. And there are variants and parallels of main release MCU sets that I've only experienced through Walmart exclusive packs. Huh. It's crazy. So there's something I want to dive into in another episode for sure. But yeah, for character collectors, Marvel Annual is something you've got to keep your eye on.
I think so. Honestly, really the moment it happens for me, I'm going to have to kind of dive in because I know it's coming.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
And they do have sketch cards. And they're pretty tasty sketch cards. And as I said, some of the artists...
The new set, not jumping ahead too much, they're doing something new with sketch cards, which is pretty exciting.
They are. So let's talk about the new set. So this year, for those who may, long-time listeners will be aware that we had Upper Deck Matt on an episode shortly before he came as Matt. For us, he will forever be Upper Deck Matt. But on episode 35, we spoke to Matt Rogers, who former product development manager for Upper Deck Entertainment. And at that point, he alluded to the fact that, and this was back in March, actually. Yeah, 5th of March this came out. He alluded to the fact that Marvel Annual was going to have a format shake-up for this year. And so it
Here we go.
So it has what's that character in Mandalorian that he played by Nick Nolte? What is it? I have spoken. There we go.
I have spoken.
I have spoken.
I don't remember his name. So I have 4 annual cards, by the way, which is pretty cool.
Oh, so you must have had one of those Walmart packs.
I do. I have it right here.
Nice. Oh, so you've got the Wonder Man base.
Yes, I got.
I need one of those for my rainbow.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, because I've only got the Wonder Man base that's in my set.
Scarlet Samurai.
Yeah.
You got the Wonder Man. I got this Infinity War one, unnumbered.
So that is one of the comic issues from 2018-19. Yeah.
CC 31.
That's right.
And then another base. And it looks like Alfred, but it's actually Jarvis.
It is.
There you go.
Nice.
So, yes.
Very nice.
It is possible. So I guess I had one hidden here. But that's pretty cool. Yeah.
So 2019-20 has just dropped this week in what surely feels like an unrelenting product release schedule from Upper Deck this autumn, or fall, as you guys say. So, and I've been watching the few breaks there have been so far over the past few days. And with Marvel Annual 2019-20, it's a 100-card base set, but then that's it. There's no SP this year. So there's no SP, so it doesn't carry on to 150. What they have done, however, is they've put in some cheeky little parallels of the base card set. And there's 2 types of parallel here. One of them is called, bear with me, I'm just scrolling up to it. It's a variant cover. So every one of those 1 to 100 has a variant cover parallel that's tiered. But I don't know if you've seen this. On the front of the card, it says what tier it's in. So there's writing that goes up the side that tells you what tier it's in. I'm going to send you a link example of that right now. Are you still there? You've gone very quiet.
Can you hear me now?
I can, yes. Did you mute yourself?
So I was getting like stuff out. I didn't want you to hear like the rustling.
There we go. I thought for a minute there, because I wasn't looking at you in the thing. So I've just sent you a link to an eBay listing with you can see what they've done with the variant tiers.
Let me see.
So they've written it on the front of the card, and it just kind of goes up the side. So I'm not sure. Not entirely sure if the tiers follow the card numbering, but at least
why didn't they just put it on the back? Why would they put it on the front?
But they put it up the side. And now the other interesting thing is the people that are into Marvel Annual, I've heard a couple of this is kind of a preview and a review all in one. I've heard a few dissenting voices that there's 0 foil on the base cards this year.
What?
Yeah, there's 0 foil. So the regular base cards, that border there is just flat. There's no foiling. I don't know if the variant cover ones have any foiling on, but I for sure can tell you, and this is one of the tough aspects of the chase this time. For every one of those 1 to 100, there's a hologram parallel that's numbered to 20.
I saw those. Yeah. Was it Jonathan who brought that up?
Yeah.
JD.
And they are already hitting eBay, and well, a lot of them are buying now. There's a couple that are on auction. I think everyone's watching them to see how they'll end up. But ultimately, for a character collector, you're going to want one of those. There's only 20 of them. And who knows how many are held for EPAC. So yeah, I'm keeping an eye out, obviously, for a Black Cat one.
I saw that it said hobby/EPAC. Hopefully they did an even split, but who knows?
Well, it's going to be interesting. But the interesting thing as well about the checklist that's been released on sites like Cardboard Connection and elsewhere, other good card entertainment sites are available, folks. But Cardboard Connection is the one we're looking at, and his links in the tasting notes. They give pack odds for the parallels both on e-packs and in the boxes, which I think is really interesting. So there's very much an acknowledgement here that some of this is going to be e-pack as well. So who knows? But there is a lot of speculation. In fact, it doesn't say it on Cardboard Connection. It must be on one of the other ones where you see the parallel odds. Is that there could well be plates for each of the different types. So there could actually be an exponential. If you think about it, there could be 4 plates for the base. There could be 4 plates for the tiered variant.
Wow,
well.
really?
Yeah. So, and then, so you got your 1 to 100, and then they've changed it around. So gone are the top 10s. They're not around anymore. Gone are the comic covers. They're not around anymore. But what they have got this time around, he says, scrolling down, they have something. So this checklist is laid out in a really odd order because normally they put the sketches at the end, and it's quite a bit to scroll through. We'll come back to the sketches. They have got they've got something new called Humble Beginnings, which is 10 cards.
Yeah.
And that's so there you can see the ratio. You've got 1 in 5 hobby through e-pack, and then 1 in 25 pack wars. So it's giving you the pack wars odds straight away, which I find really interesting. So Humble Beginnings is kind of reminds you of Marvel Beginnings in that it's split down the middle, and it's got a picture of the character in their first appearance and their latest incarnation. So, for example, the Wolverine has got Hulk 181 and then the modern Wolverine, so it's kind of split down the middle of the card. So they look pretty cool, actually.
I like them. I like the Humble Beginnings a lot, actually. I think they're really cool looking.
And then you've got, and it says the printing plates, 1 of 1 hobby stroke e-pack. So there will be printing plates available. So this is something new. I've not seen Upper Deck at length express the fact that there is going to be a printing plate on so many levels. So then you've got another new insert called Marvel Mix. Mix. You get what they did there? It was good, wasn't it?
Nice. Just totally crazy.
There's 10 of those. And the Marvel Mix, he says, scrolling up to them, it's got the same character, but the one that's shown on there is a Spider-Man one. It's got Earth 616, and then it's got Earth 1610, which is Spider-Man 2099. So it's got both characters on it. I like
pretty
it.
Fun.
I like what they've done there.
Little multi-dimensional thing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm into it.
There's multiple universe stuff outside of Star Trek kind of does my head in, but I'll go with it. It's okay. You wouldn't have Spider-Gwen if it wasn't for the multi-universe stuff.
Very true.
Then, or
wouldn't have Miles Morales either.
Yeah, or Ghost Spider as she's called now. Then you've got Future Watch Heroes, which is kind of the Rookie Heroes thing they used to do. And again, there's only 5 of those, but it's and these are the ones that are getting JD Jonathan Dunn's tail wagging because he's collecting a lot of the characters that are kind of Korean and of that origin. So you've got like Wave and Lunar Snow are 2 of the 5. You've got Star, who's a Captain Marvel offshoot. You've got Cosmic Ghost Rider, although Cosmic Ghost Rider has been around for a little bit longer. And then you've got someone called Dr. Gregor. I've no idea who Dr. Gregor is. It sounds like a gentle sitcom that you might have of you've muted yourself again. There we go.
No, I was singing a Dr. Gregor theme song.
Well, give us the Dr. Gregor theme song again.
Well, I don't know. Now it's off. It's weird. I'm embarrassed.
Okay, but Dr. Gregor sounds like a mild-mannered vet who'd served the Scottish Highlands, who drives around in an old van with his dog Woof. You know, that kind of thing. You know, that kind of
See, in my mind, Dr. Gregor was a vet, so we were both on the same wavelength.
Okay,
but
good.
he lives in Los Angeles, and he's a very attractive veterinarian doctor, but also has a heart of gold.
I thought it was going to be a hipster vet in LA. I could dig.
You know what? Let's go with that.
Are we at pitch stage? Are we like brainstorming? Is this like a writer's room where we're trying to think of?
We can do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm down.
Yeah, let's do it. And so Humble Beginning, comics, Future Watch, done. Number 1 spot. Now, number 1 spot is the comic front cover.
Yes, I saw that.
But it's 25 cards, and it is number one issues. Because let's face it, they sure do like to reboot. And I really like these. They have got foiling on. They've got a really nice black border. I've seen them on the breaks. And I'm interested in this because it's got Black Cat number 1.
Oh, boy.
Which is N1S, is the M1S-7. So the codes on these are like the ones they do on aircraft carriers. But anyway, that's the card number, M1S7. Black Cat 1, which is J. Scott Campbell. But it's also got M1S10, which is House of X 1. So, I'm kind of going to be building this little side collection of House of X related cards.
Mm-hmm.
That's going in the box.
That's going to be really cool.
But they look really cool. There's 25 of them. I can't be doing with this like numbering to 5 and numbering to 10 and numbering to 25. Doesn't work for the 9 card pages. So
I don't know why they don't do that. Always work with the 9 card pages, man. No matter what.
You say that, and then I'm going to go on to something about this set that really excites me.
Hit me.
Like, really excites me. And it ties back in to our conversation about the autographs from Marvel Creators Collection 98.
Yeah, baby.
Creators Corner autograph set checklist. These are nice. Now, they're sticker, not on card, but they look really cool. And they are 9 top creators of Marvel Comics currently. So you've got Chip Zdarsky, you've got Steve McNiven, Kelly Sue DeConnick, Kelly Thompson, Eric Nguyen, Ethan Sachs, Charles Soule. I love his artwork.
That's cool.
Pepe Larraz. Sounds like a character from Live and Let Die. Kelly Thompson.
Or Looney Tunes.
Yeah, could be. And Butch Grease or Goose. I can't quite read that. Anyway, they look really cool. And they're the ones that I've started sniffling up on eBay.
That's smart.
Because I think those are going to be the ones that people will.
Are those numbered? Or are they just...
No, they're not. They're not. But I mean, I'm a sucker for autographs, especially comic creator autographs. Yeah.
And it's a 9-page, man.
But it's a 9-page, and they'll look really cool. Their landscape format, cool. The way they've done it, it looks really.
They're pretty.
Cool. Yeah, it's nice. So I've got 3 of them on the way, and I'm keeping an eye out. Then they've got some lenticular stuff. Splashticular. Yeah, it's funny. We both
like
went
splash pages.
Yeah, I think so, but it's a single card. I'm not entirely sure. I've even seen someone open this on a box break, and I don't quite get it. I don't quite get what the splashticular part. I mean, it's a splash panel. Is it an actual splash panel from a comic? Probably. Does the lenticular show you each, like, if it's a longer image than the card will fit? Does it change as you move? I'm not sure. There's 20. I want to say 20. I'm gonna give myself permission to say 20 while I scroll down. There's 20 of them. Yay! Nailed it. There's base, SP, and SSP, and the SSP are 1 in 256 packs. Wow. A few of them have hit eBay already, and well into the 3 figures.
Wait, what?
As is always the way with new releases, people don't know how to price them, so they'll just price them top end. Someone's put a full set of Splashticular 1 to 20 missing SSP 18 on as buy now for $600. I'm just looking at it now. So yeah, the lenticular cards I can kind of take or leave. So I'm not that fussed about those myself. But
no.
If I had a character in it, I'd probably go there. But for that one, but it's War of the Realms. And it tells you the issue in the page. So right, here we go. So it's comic panels. War of the Realms 1, page 2 is S1. War of the Realms issue 1, page 27 is S2, etc. There is a House of X one, so I'll be getting that one. House of X 2, page 19. Which House of X 2, I think that's probably a Moira McTaggart kind of thing going on. I don't know. Who knows?
I like them,
but I'll go for those. And I think we've held off long enough and talking about the thing that got your tail wagging is, as well as having the sketch cards, they've got battle booklets.
Yes.
Battle booklets, my friend.
Yep.
These excite me, these battle booklets. They don't have my character on, so I won't be chasing them. But
yeah, did you check them all? They don't? Nothing.
Yeah, no, it's the same characters, but it's different artists. So they've got they're hinged panels, and they're pairings, and they're printed on them who's supposed to go on each side.
Good.
So, for example, you've got Thor versus Hulk, Hulk versus Hercules, Hercules versus Thor, Doc Strange versus Nightmare, Venom versus Carnage, Wolverine versus Hulk, Wolverine versus Sabretooth, Wolverine versus virtually everyone, Venom versus Carnage, Captain America versus Iron Man, Captain Marvel versus Thanos, Spider-Man versus Dr. Octopus. Anyway, I think there's about 12 to 14 different permutations, and then it lists which artists have done which permutations.
Yes. Which is nice.
So you will have multiple artists who've done Venom versus Carnage, for example, but not every artist did Venom versus Carnage. Some artists got or did cards that didn't include that pairing,
right?
And it's bonkers. So if you're a character collector and you're one of those characters, then game on.
Yep.
I think the one that immediately strikes is obviously Iron Man. Frank is into Iron Man,
and I think even crazier is that there's 339 cards, 1 out of 384 hobby or e-packs. So,
oh my goodness, that's a tougher pull.
I'm wondering.
Yeah.
So here's my bigger question. Let's look at Jed Thomas. So Jed Thomas did maybe 5
different character variations. Jed Thomas, we're looking at you.
We're looking at you, Jed.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking at those 5, right?
I don't know who Jed Thomas is.
I have no idea, but I'm excited. Never know. I've never known him.
I'm going to look him up now on Instagram. I'll look him up on Instagram.
Go for it. So he did 5 of them. My wonder is that did he only do one booklet of Spider-Man versus Venom, or did he do multiple booklets of Spider-Man versus Venom?
That's interesting. Yeah.
See what I mean? Yeah. Because like it says 339 cards, and if that's the case, these are a really rare sketch card hunt.
Yeah.
1 out of 384 hobby/e-pack packs. So I can't do math. So if we had someone doing clown math on there, it would be good to know if that means that each one of these cards that these artists did is the one of one, and they didn't do other variations of that particular character pairing.
Strange. I can't. Jed Thomas, whoever you are, I can't find you on Instagram. I can, however, find Jed Thomas, who seems to be 14 and on one of those UK singing talent shows.
He's an overachiever. He's a rising star in Marvel. Okay. 14, he's working on it.
Okay, let's find out. There's someone else. Who's this? Follow. No. I can't. Jed Thomas, I can't find you. There's too many of you on Instagram. Jed, I don't know why we're picking on you today, but I feel like picking on you. Come and say hello.
Putting you out there, man.
There's a lot of artists I've not heard of on here, actually. Angelica Rasmus has a new name for me. John Ciaboda. John Vampire Martin. Great name.
That's awesome.
But you've also got people that we know. Al Milgram, Adam Conklin, Jomar Bulder, Anthony Tan, Keith Akers. There's Anthony Tan's on loads, actually. It's got about 10 different character variations. That's going to drive people nuts.
Wow.
The other thing I wonder is whether each artist had more character variations, but the nightmare that seems to be happening with approvals for artists this time?
Yes.
It could well be that Jed Thomas did 10 pairings, but 5 of them were rejected.
Interesting.
Who knows?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Or
who knows?
It might be on the checklist with 5 pairings, but actually only 3 of them made the cut.
Huh.
Because my understanding is it's not Upper Deck that say if a sketch is going to be yay or so it's Marvel.
Interesting.
Without any rhyme or reason. And then you've got the regular single panel sketch cards, and there's loads of people in here. One thing I am excited about, there's an artist that used to do sketch cards back in the Marvel Masterpieces 07-08 days, who did a little bit of Rittenhouse, then she kind of went off and did other things, called Sana Yumamoto. She goes by Sana Yu, and she's hot. I mean, she was a hot artist back then. Not.
Really?
I did have a black cat by her, but it wasn't my style because I'm not into the kind of more anime style. But she, she knew what she was up to at the time. She was living in the UK. I don't know if she still does, but she's returned to sketch cards with Marvel Anime, which is kind of a no-brainer. An absolute no-brainer. But she's on Marvel Annual as well. So I'm hoping that she kind of sticks around because she's a lot of the newer collectors probably won't have heard of her before. That she'll be new to them from Marvel Anime.
Yeah,
but she really is like she's good. She's top tier.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, she knows her stuff. I'm just looking at just looking at Comic Art Fans at the moment, and there's lots of stuff on there. But is there a DeviantArt? I haven't seen it on Instagram yet. Because Instagram wasn't around when she was first big. That's what I'm saying. That's how, she's one of the OG.
Oh.
But she's still very much active on Deviant by the looks of things. Some rather racy stuff going on. Oh, hello, Sailor.
Oh boy,
hello. A Japanese anime comic artist. Yes. It's got a link to her website here. Let's go to her website. Sana Yamamoto. How many artists can we pimp in one episode? I don't know. Her website actually doesn't.
You know what? I love it.
It's a dead link, actually. It's a dead link. So she might not have updated.
Oh, man. Damn.
Moto. I can't even spell her name. Yamamoto. There we go. Anyway. But anyway, she's back, and she's done work on the Perna sets. She was on Halo Inc., for example, on the sketch card. So she's clearly still been active. She just hasn't been active on Marvel sets for quite a while. So yeah, but she's back in the game. Can you hear me? Okay.
Shady's back.
Did I go a bit
back again? No, a little bit.
No.
I just started singing Eminem. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. You carry on. It came up with your internet connection is unstable, and I felt like replying.
It went for a very little while, and then you came back. So
yeah. Well, I kind of wanted to reply. Yes, okay. So am I, bitch.
What?
To my Instagram connection, my internet connection.
Got it.
I need alcohol. Bella Ashton's in the artist list.
Bella's great.
Al Milgram. I need him. And Marcia Dye, friend of the show, Marcia Dye.
I've seen her stuff everywhere.
Malik Kakar is back. Mick McGleeb. We got to get those guys on the show. Michael Mastermaker, who's got one of the best names in sketch cards.
That's a good one.
Omar Soto, PJ.
PJ too.
Yeah, it's a who's who of Eakin Hodge. He's back. Can't keep a good acronym down. There's good. Veronica O'Connell. There's a name I haven't seen in Marvel cards for a while.
It's not one sketch card per box, right?
No, it's 1 in 77. So yeah, they're probably out one every 3 boxes or so. I think outside of Masterpiece, it's gone are the days when it's one per box. So, or Premiere, obviously.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So I'm kind of excited. I'll be up for it. I'm already working on my rainbow, so I've got Black Cat, got the base and the base variant, which is tier 3. I've got that on the way. I've got the number 1 spot, which is Black Cat issue 1. I've got that on the way, and I've got 3 of the writer autographs.
Damn.
With another 6 to go. And to afford those, I'm selling my Marvel Masterpieces 2018 partially complete preliminary art set, which I'm currently pricing up because I had slightly more of them than I planned.
That's great, man.
As we've discussed.
I think those are I think there's only 99 sets of those or 120 sets of those.
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah, I think the popular ones will go pretty quickly, but it's not a case that they're all worth the same amount because the crazy thing about the 2018 preliminary art sets, the first year they did it, and so the numbering of 1 to 90 on the PA set doesn't follow the main set. So you could have a preliminary art of a tier 4 character be card 6 in the PA set, and then a holophora card be card 7, and then a canvas card. Do you see what I mean? It does jump around.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, trust. When I did the set myself, I was running into that problem, and luckily, Stephen Frank, who's a god, helped me kind of get my set, pretty quickly. But they're valuing those characters very differently. But it's not numbered. but based on number
Based on
wise,
collation, hit ratio,
yeah,
and all that.
there really is only a 9. It's either 99 or 120, so they're pretty rare.
Yeah.
But hopefully you can offload that pretty quickly.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It's one of those things. I think I've got 5 on EPAC, and the rest are physically here, and it's quite a stack. It is fat stack. It's PHAT stack. Because I'm down with the kids. I'm street.
No, of course, you're so hip.
I'm about as street as quality.
I've always said that about you, Ian. I always said, you know what, Ian's hip.
That's a joke that's the joke that fell dead on you. If I say I'm about as street as quality street, do you know what I'm talking about? No,
I'm sorry. Were those words?
They were. There's just speak English, boy. Quality Street is a tin of confection candies, chocolates that you get in the UK. It's kind of a staple of English waistlines, and Quality Street.
Speak English, boy.
Yeah, speak English, boy. I've had
someone do that to me.
I did. Yeah, me.
No joke. I really have.
I do a great Foghorn Leghorn impression if my throat was a bit better than it is today. So I will.
I have no idea what the hell you just said.
Foghorn Leghorn.
With you.
Foghorn Leghorn is a classic Hanna-Barbera cartoon, Looney Tunes.
I always thought so.
You've never seen Foghorn Leghorn? You've heard of? All right, you've heard of?
Oh, I know it. I know. Yeah, I know it.
There we go. I was going to say this is proper your backyard. No, I got it. I understand you not getting the Quality Street
right
reference.
In my backyard.
Yeah, but the Foghorn Leghorn.
No, I'm here with you. I'm here.
Good. Okay.
It's real.
Who knows when Marvel Annual 1920 will drop on EPAC? Who knows? Probably be early 2021 now. Given that I expect
I'm actually thinking, will be hot on the heels. I'm thinking. Well, we have the update to EPAC, which is our little segue.
Which is what I was about to talk about. Yes.
Beautiful. We can read each other's minds. We can read each other's minds.
You can read mine, dear. It's in Braille.
Aw, stop it. But yes, I do think 2020 is going to be coming out soon, because we did project, and it's still speculation, that because they are updating the site, they might be updating the site and then to draw some traffic, be releasing some sets on there. So hopefully.
I think so.
It's around the right time.
So the thing about the EPAC site, and we know this because it's you can go back and listen to it on the Upper Deck guest episode, especially Jason, Upper Deck president, mentioned this. He told us then that they were going to be updating EPACs, but he also said that it was, the functionality of the site as it is kind of locked. It can't and won't work as an app because of the platform that it's been built on. So, people keep commenting and saying, "Oh, I want it to be this, I want it to be that." Well, it can't be in its current incarnation. So deal with. But the good thing is, and we will get into this, and we'll probably do it as a video episode. We will update our EPAC guide video that we did for YouTube, because it will change. So the functionality will be the same. It's just the way you navigate and the user experience is getting a complete overhaul. And I think that's to its credit. I think the thing with EPAC is what everyone says, which is why we've had to do 2 guides to it now, is that once you know how to drive that car, you know how to drive it. But if you just sat behind the wheel, it's quite daunting. That shouldn't be the case with any e-commerce website. You should be able to find your way around and actually be able to buy your stuff, because it just pretty quickly it puts friction in the buyer journey. So it's a good move on their part. It's as we record, it's due to happen on. We're recording Sunday the 8th. It's due to go live on Tuesday the 10th, and they have wisely chosen to not do it on the Monday, because obviously Marvel Weekly happens on the Monday. So that's why you don't do it on a Monday. Tuesday. So by the time everyone hears this episode, it will probably be, because we're about 4 weeks ahead on our recordings at the moment. It'll all be done and dusted, and everyone will be talking about something else. But yeah, EPAC upgrade is about to happen.
Annual will come up on EPAC. And then we'll be right on time.
Possibly. Yeah. Hey, who knows? Who knows?
Loop back around, baby.
So let me think. So by the time people hear this episode, we will have had. So Simone Bianchi is up, episode 70. Just dropped.
Boom, boom.
Thank you, Simone and Gloria. You were quite
so
frankly
much fun.
both gorgeous. Oh God, they were so good. So there's that, and then we will have had episode 71, which will be our preview of X-Men Metal, I believe. X-Men Metal, yes. So I'm looking at the recordings file now. Let's have a look.
I haven't seen Ernest Scared Stupid this Halloween, and I missed it, and I should have watched it. I haven't seen that movie in forever.
I have no idea what you just said.
What? Ernest? The Ernest movies?
No, I don't know. Not
Nah, it's too late for you.
Oh.
Unless you see it when you're like 13 or 14 where it matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anymore.
The ones I can kind of reference are the Charlie Brown ones. Those we got over here.
Yes.
We love those.
Yes.
Like the Charlie Brown Christmas.
Charlie
where they're
Brown's
all running
great.
around catching snow on their tongues. The Rankin and Bass stuff we didn't get over here. I found out about it more recently than that. But obviously that was Elf was very much that. So
Elf was good.
This is likely then to be 71 will be Metal Preview, and people will know this by now. Episode 72, for those of you who've missed it, will be our review of Masterpieces 2020.
Yep. This is behind the scenes, everybody, just so everyone
from
realizes.
memory, we went deep on that.
Yep.
We went deep, actually. We did actually go quite deep, if I remember. Yeah. And then episode 73...
Minor deep.
...would have been last week because we spoke to Tony and Elaine Perner.
Yes.
Yeah. So this will be episode 74, my friend.
Oh, before the biggie.
So... for those listening, so this is why I wanted to go through this now. Episode 75. So we are recording 5 episodes ahead, which explains
we're just that good.
Because we're just that good. But you've also got to take your opportunities when you get them. And when our guest, I'm saying that just in case people think it's one person, because it might be more than one person. Or it might just be one person. Who knows? I want to keep people on their toes.
Might be 2. Might be 3.
Legendary guest. Episode 75. Absolutely thrilled that this guest
the best
could make the time and did make the time. And there was one point during the recording of this where Nolan and I were literally just open-mouthed, like, what's happening right now? And we looked at each other and we were like, I don't care. It's brilliant.
I don't care. I'm in it.
Keep going.
I'm in it. I love it.
I'm in it. And it kind of set the tone for the whole episode. So I'm really, really, really excited for everyone to hear episode 75. Beyond 75, who knows? But as we often have guests and we don't get a chance to say this, thank you everyone for listening. Because the episodes where we do have guests, kind of people that we obviously want to talk to, and it makes us giddy, quite frankly. But also because they're people that we think you would want to hear. Kind of on record, I guess, as such, just having a conversation about their contribution to Marvel cards and Marvel in general.
Yeah.
So I'm just so excited about episode 75. Oh my
75.
This time next week, people could be listening. Unless, of course, they're listening 3 years in the future, in which case they'll probably turn this off and just go straight to episode 75.
Damn it. If only we could work around this.
Listen, I'm old enough to remember when people had to wait an entire summer to find out who shot JR.
Ill.
Or to find out what happened when Patrick Stewart said, I'm Locutus of Borg. And Riker said, fire.
See, I can't do that. I can't go back to that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. People these days don't know they're born. It's instant gratification. It's drop.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I mean, give it to me.
But back in the day.
Yep. I just finished everything.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So did I. And what I'm watching on television. Anyway, we should probably, it's because I'm talking about episode 75 and I'm excited.
So
that's why.
gross.
I know. Well, I like to gross you out.
You want to see something I got?
Hit me, Daddy-O. Before we sign off. Right, come on.
Before we sign off. Little fun. You sure you haven't seen this? I don't know if you've seen it or not.
I've got no idea what you're about to show me.
All right, you ready? Here we go. You ready? I don't know why I got this, but I got this. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, am I allowed to say what that is if you're showing it in public?
Yeah, go for it. Say it.
So Norrin is showing me a triple panel Marvel 2019 Marvel Premiere sketch by Andre Toma, who is legendary. Andre, I don't know if you listen. I can't remember if I've asked.
He does.
Yeah, I think I asked him. I think he said it wasn't his wheelhouse.
So I know he's worried about like language stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
I'll ask him again.
Maybe if he can do an intro.
Yeah, I think I'll ask him to do an intro.
Because Andre, we love you, and
he's awesome.
I'll represent
Super
you
nice.
all day long, whether you come on or not. That's not the price of admission here. You know,
he's a rock star.
Work is legendary. That Gambit's amazing.
Isn't that Gambit amazing?
Oh, that's good. We'll put this on the tasting notes, folks. Turn it over. Let me see the. Oh, that's brilliant. It's a Rogue. That is. That's beautiful. I love the way he's given it room to breathe.
I know.
That's nice. Oh, that's lovely.
Just the looks are just so perfect.
That's so cool. How many kidneys did you have to sell to get that?
More than what I had. The bodies are buried out back.
I think I can hear your dialysis machine beeping.
It was tough. It was not fun to cough that up.
Wow.
But
well, listen.
I had to get it.
It's worth it.
Well, because I've been waiting for them. To come out. Because for Marvel Premiere 2019, he did all X-Men on these bigger ones, and he only did like 25 or 30. However, it was low, and everybody's been scooping them up. And I was like waiting for the Gambit. I was like, man, maybe I can get it before anybody else. And luckily, I forgot who it was on EPAC. And I don't know if he wants me to say his name anyway, but it's a sports guy, and he just made it public one day. He unlocked it. And I just happened to be on, and I grabbed it right before other people started messaging him. So I got really lucky. But yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites for sure. I've never had like a triple panel other than the Cody that I won, which was super awesome.
Wow.
But so now I have this piece, so I need to figure out that whole top loader situation. But I'm very happy.
There's numerous posts about storing these.
I got to find them.
CCW. Well, funnily enough, Norrin, if you go to the group that we manage and click on topics, you will see a topic called card storage.
Tag time, baby.
And you will, because I'm relentless about tagging posts. I really am. Oh my goodness! Have you?
What?
You need to go right now onto MMC because Mark Bartel has just put Marvel Masterpieces Gold Gallery on sale on MMC. I say
I saw the two.
He's done it.
Yeah, he's done it too.
I say just. He's done it like 2 hours ago. I'm still going to tag you.
I saw.
You saw them. Okay. All right.
I saw them. The Cyclops and the Sabretooth, right?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. I saw them. I have to. I have to get things all based off on trade first. When I'm out, then I'll start buying.
I hear you.
Because if I buy them, I'll do a full set. But it does look good. Mark's great though, by the way. Mark's a dude.
Mark, you've got to come on. You're just because Mark.
You know what? We need to have Mark on here.
Mark, well, he guested on that one where we just threw the lines open, which was great.
Yes, I knew it. I knew there was something we did with him.
Yeah, it literally was like herding cats. That episode, it was crazy because when everyone, because they couldn't hear it live. Whenever we introduced someone new onto the call, we had to then introduce someone. So it was like that dinner party that Greg Bobby referred to in Ghostbusters, where Rick Moranis is introducing everyone to everyone else.
Yes,
it felt like that.
This is Dan. Dan does my taxes.
Yes. So we are going to do another one of those. What I do want to do soon is I want to do another kind of open, everyone just throw in some questions. I also want to do another open one where just like we randomly shout out, and I think whoever the first 4 are, maybe we just have on,
I'd love to,
because otherwise it just gets a bit crazy if we're just adding people in. I think it's just a bit just a little, because the conversation kind of stalls when someone new comes in and you have to start again.
Yes.
Whereas if everyone's in from the ground floor, it's slightly easier. So we'll do more of that, and we'll have more awesome collectors on, and we are working on another legendary interview.
Yes.
Hopefully will come soon. And hopefully more from our good friends at Upper Deck, who I think are just bonkers busy. So we're just waiting to hear back from those guys. So
yeah, I think they are just busy.
Yeah, well, of course they are. They've got like release after release after release,
Yes.
not just Marvel stuff. You know, they've had Goodwin's come out. They've got the E-Pack upgrade. I believe there's a Chasing Amy set about to drop, which I'll
wow.
which I'll be interested in because Clerks. I'm a Kevin Smith.
Clerks is great, man.
And what else they got coming out? I think there's a James Bond set coming. Heroes and Villains,
I'm sure.
or something like that. So yeah, there's a lot going on over there. Plus, of course, it's sports. You know, hockey's going bonkers. They've just had Disney. They've just had a Disney set release, a Mickey Mouse set release. So yeah, lots going on over at Upper Deck Towers, as their office is officially known. But anyway, thanks, guys. There was actually a mail call thing, and I'm just quickly going to do it because I meant to do this before. But I was going to say, if any of you guys do want to reach out to us, anything you want to say, anything you have to talk about, anything you want to ask, even just say hello, you can leave us reviews, you can email us, themccpod@gmail.com, and we're at the MCC Pod everywhere. So I'm going to finish up with this little note from Paolo, and it'll be the last thing we do before episode 75, when everyone loses their shit.
Yep.
This is from a guy called, I think it's Paolo. It's Paolo. So Paolo is how I read it. It might be Paolo. Anyway,
yeah.
Paolo Vega or Vargo. Which I'm sorry, I don't mean to be taking the mickey out of you already, and we're about to read some good feedback from you, but Paolo Vargo, isn't Vargo the name of the bad dude in Ghostbusters 2? That's the painting.
That's Vago. Oh my gosh, you're right. It's close.
Yeah, it's close, isn't it? Anyway, this guy is not a bad dude in a painting. He's a really sweet guy.
No, this guy's nice.
Because Paolo writes, "Hi, Ian and Norrin. Over the past couple of months, I've been binge listening to your podcast. I'm finally caught up and am writing to say thanks for the great content. I used to collect Marvel cards in the 90s and rediscovered the hobby a couple of years ago when I began to fill gaps in my old sets. I joined the group a few months ago. Yes, he is in the group. I've seen him around. And used my quarantine time to fully organise all my cards.
Good use of time.
Yeah. Since I'm mainly into the older sets, my favourite episode was the one where you interviewed Ken Baroff from Skybox Fleer. Ken, shout out to Ken. Such a sweet dude. It was awesome to hear the history of some of my favourite sets. I also like the interviews with old school artists like Julie Boris, whose 96mm is still my holy grail. One day I'll get it. So that kind of brings it full circle to where we started this.
Yep, 100%.
I'm not much into the modern sets, partly due to the high price point. I completely get that. E-Pack, sketch card, or character collecting. But I did get my hands on a Fleer Ultra X-Men 2018 set. That's a beautiful set to get your hands on.
Good for him.
And you need big hands because it's big. Love the retro callback to one of my favourite sets, Fleer Ultra X-Men 94. Aside from the old school episodes, I did enjoy hearing from Upper Deck staff. So Upper Deck, come on again, please. And current Marvel artists like Dave Palumbo. Dave's a sweetheart. We need Dave.
Dave was really sweet.
About what's going on in the industry now. Keep up the good work on the podcast, and thanks for creating a community for those of us who don't know anyone else in real life who collects Marvel cards, which is exactly why I started.
Exactly why we started this podcast.
Paolo, P. I'm just going to call you Pete. Sorry, P. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. That's humbling feedback.
You're wonderful.
And all I'm going to say is, Pete, you are going to dig episode 75. So I'm going to dedicate it to you, my friend, on that. Norrin, this has been a ton of fun.
I love
hadn't
hanging
got a
out
clue
with
what
you.
we were going to say today because we had our guest cancelled due to
Our buddy.
contracting coronavirus. So get well soon, Greg.
Get well, buddy.
This was fun.
I love just hanging out, man. This is so nice.
Having a chat that we record. Norrin, until next time, buddy.
All right, everyone. Enjoy collecting.
Episode 75. Listen.
75.
75.
75.
Oh, 75.
75.
I will get you 75.
95.
Thanks for listening to the Marvel Card Collectors podcast. Visuals and tasting notes for each episode can be found on our Facebook page. You can subscribe and leave us a voicemail via our home on anchor.fm/MCCP. We're also on iTunes, Spotify, and all major podcast platforms. Please take a second to subscribe, like, and review our show wherever you get your podcasts. Our podcast can be found by Googling at the MCC Pod, which will also find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Our Facebook community is at MCCW, Marvel Card Collectors Worldwide, and MMC, Marvel Masterpieces Collectors. The great music we use is called Rocket Power by Kevin MacLeod. Thanks to the collectors, artists, and creators who support the Marvel Cards Fan Collective. We'll see you next time, and remember, it's a small hobby but a fun one. Make mine Marvel and enjoy collecting.